Hello everyone, I'm the Shinigami,
And I'm fucking tired. I mean, I'm the Quincy.
and today we're reviewing Bleach chapter 538, right?
Um, I can't even remember the title name.
I believe it was 538.
539.
539. We're reviewing Bleach chapter 539. Okay.
Bliss Progress.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to do a quick review because of certain things. I mean, other than, the ridiculously long wait, but still. Okay, so let's go over what happened in the chapter. Starts out with us seeing Akon and some scientists in the lab. Akon's talking about some of the surveillance cameras aren't working and some are. And then he goes to a camera that he has in the captain's room. And he checks to see what's going on. And he says, "What is the captain making?" And it appears that Mayuri was making something that could move. So let's talk about this part. Uh, I'll go first. As for what Mayuri is making, myself, I'm not entirely sure what it could be. There's the possibility that he's trying to make his own Bankai in a way, because, Ichigo went over to him whenever his Bankai broke. So maybe, instead of having to rely on Division Zero, he's like, well, I'll just try and make my own, an artificial one. Another possibility is he's trying to revive somebody from the dead, and, maybe in the form of a Gigai. I don't know. Or maybe he's trying to pull an Aizen on us, make his own member of Division Zero, like Aizen was trying to. What do you think?
I believe, this is the only thing I believe right now, that he's trying to make his own Zanpakuto spirit to give the Shinigami who lost their Bankai the ability to fight at the Bankai level. Because Akon did say it was moving. So it's got to be a person or a spirit of some sort, but it's going to help him in the war, some way somehow.
Okay. Next part is we see Omaida, and he's talking about, um, he's just talking to his family members, and then he mentions SOI Fon, who we see on top of a mountain peak training. Um, I'll let you go first, Quincy. What do you think?
Well, we see Omaida's family. First, we see his little sister, who is actually pretty cute, like Yuzu. Pretty much, cute like Yuzu. She's asking if he can play ball with her, play catch or something with her. He pretty much says no. And then we see the brother come in. The brother's quite ugly, guys. Like, no joke.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the resemblance between Almeida and his brother. And then they get into a little, like, funny little argument.
Yeah.
And then Almeida looks to the sky and says, "You really didn't take him with you, Captain." And then we see, Captain SOI Fon being a beast and doing a one-handed upside-down push-up on a mountain peak. So she's getting her training and done. But, the thing is that SOI Fon doesn't really hear about how to fight. So it's interesting to see what type of training she's really going to do. So I'm looking forward to that in the next couple chapters.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this part too. We got to see more characters appear and stuff, and it was kind of interesting to see what Amaida's family looked like. And I made a pretty good um, prediction of what his family would look like. So yeah, I like the SOI Fon part too, because it just goes to show how strong and powerful she is. And if you think of how strong and powerful Yorichi is, I mean, we haven't even seen Yorichi's Bankai, so I think SOI Fon will easily catch up to her, or even surpass her. And I definitely think that Yorichi will come back and, train with her or something. Next part is Kamamura talking to his great-grandfather. And I'll go first again for this part. I like this part, but it's kind of confusing to me a little bit. Like, why? Why is his family in hiding? I can't imagine that they're ashamed of their looks. That's like a bear being ashamed of its looks. It's just in the woods and it doesn't care. I mean, I know they're able to think and reason and all that, but still, if your family's so big, And Kamamura's trying to learn some family secret. And I don't know what this family secret is, but I'm guessing it has something to do with primal instincts, and maybe even Kamamura growing even larger. Because right now he looks like a little pup. So, and it ends with him and his great-grandfather getting into a fight. So, wasn't too crazy about this part. I mean, yeah, we didn't really learn anything from this part, other than it was his great-grandfather, and there's some secret of his that we don't know. And that the reason he hid his face is because he wanted to blend in with humans and stuff. But, other than that, I wasn't too crazy about this part. What did you think?
I honestly, I said this last week, I really don't care for Kamamura's character that much. But it is nice for him to get some character development and backstory shown. But you pretty much said everything about that part. Pretty much don't be afraid of who you are. Pretty much, don't be afraid of what you look like, your family, and just pretty much that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's already accepted himself, like how he looks. But I feel after this he will accept himself more, and hopefully he'll become like what we're supposed, like what he is. He's a beast, so hopefully he becomes a beast later on in this war.
Yeah.
But I really don't have much to say about him.
I think this fight with the Quincy's was a wake-up call. It's like for the longest time, they felt like they were the ones who were most in power. But I definitely think this was a wake-up call. And the final part was, Ichigo back at the Phoenix Palace with Oetsu. We're talking about reforging his blade, and Ichigo saying goodbye to Zangetsu. Or Zangetsu Zanpakuto. I'll go again. Really wasn't too crazy about this part. I wish there was more to it, but we'll probably get that next week. So, it was just really, there could have been more. Ichigo just talks to Oetsu, and Oetsu's like, we're gonna reforge your blade. Say goodbye to Zangetsu, basically. So, was not too crazy about that part, and they could have done better. What do you think?
I actually like this part a little bit because we got to see more of the Royal Guard Palace, and we found out that you need a lot of water to reforge a Bankai.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know why though.
No.
And the whole thing about Ichigo saying goodbye to Zanpakuto, I believe maybe it's about time Ichigo actually got a regular Zanpakuto and actually had a Shikai and Bankai release call.
Yeah.
I do feel like Zangetsu, Old Man Zangetsu, will get reforged as well, and he won't quite be Old Man Zangetsu anymore. He might be like Old Man Zangetsu and Shirosaki fused together somehow, but he won't exactly be Old Man Zangetsu.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are following me.
Okay. I have something to say. If you think about I think just about everybody else's Zanpakuto, all their ages seem to match who they belong to. Like, think about it. If you think of Byakuya's Senbon Zakura, his age seems to be about the same as Byakuya. And, you look at Rukia, and her Zanpakuto seems to be younger and stuff, and Hinako seems to be about the same age as Rangiku, but, Ichigo's was always older, and he had the beard and everything, and I'm wondering if maybe that's because it was more so his dad's side showing through, and maybe young Zangetsu was, I don't know. But that's just always what I thought. But then again, he did have the fight with Urahara, so I don't know. Let's do the basic fact.
Wait, hold on.
Huh.
If you remember back in Ichigo's Dangai training, we did see a younger form of Zangetsu.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that form will permanently become Ichigo's Zanpakuto spirit form.
Maybe.
Because he did say that was his true form.
Yeah, he did.
So maybe he could be going back to that, or maybe it could be caught between the middle of old man Zangetsu and young Zangetsu.
Only time will tell, huh?
Only time will tell. And I was really disappointed we didn't get to see Renji.
Yeah, me too. I was hoping to see him.
And if the reforging takes one chapter or just a few panels, I'm going to be a little pissed about that.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of a rip-off in a way.
Yeah.
Well, should we move on to the basic fact?
Yes.
Okay. Badassness for this chapter.
About a 4. Wasn't really badass. The thing that made the badass in this chapter for me was seeing SOI Fon just training, pretty much. Even though it was one panel.
Yeah.
But that was like the most badass thing in this chapter.
What's funny is you took the words right out of my mouth. 4, and the reason was because of SOI Fon.
Wait, what?
I said you basically took the words out of my mouth. I thought 4 too, and because of SOI Fon. Attention level. How much attention were you paying to the chapter?
Dude, the long wait really ruined it for me. So I really was not paying much attention to this chapter at all.
Yeah.
I will give it about a 2.
Yeah, it was a little bit of long wait for it, and not the greatest getting it. So for me, attention level would probably have to be about 6. How satisfying was the chapter?
It wasn't satisfying at all. I'm going to be honest. Again, it was due to the long wait and the fact that a lot of Bleach fans stayed up all night for the chapter. I mean, we got the spoiler like 6 hours ago.
Yeah, 7 hours now.
And then the chapter doesn't come out for the longest time. So I really was not satisfied with this chapter at all. I mean, if they were to have showed more of training, less comedy, and more Ichigo and Renji, I would have been a lot more satisfied with this chapter.
Yeah, it was kind of a big letdown, especially after we've been made to wait so long for the people editing it to finish it and everything. But along with what happened in this chapter, I know we got some character development, but still, overall it was probably about a 5 at most to me. How interesting was the chapter?
The only part that seemed interesting to me was the very end. So I'll give that a 5. Just for Oh no, the beginning part with Mayuri, and then the end were the most interesting parts of the chapter. Correct myself. So about a 5 or 6.
I'd have to say interest level for me, well, how interesting I thought it was, would probably have to be about a 4 from. Comedy, how funny was the chapter?
Well, the Almeida family stuff was pretty funny. And then Ichigo falling head first was pretty funny as well. I didn't laugh because I was just still too frustrated with how long it took the chapter to come out. But if I were to give it a rating, then about a 4 or 5 on comedy level.
Okay. Yeah, I'd have to rate it about the same. There was some funny parts, but it wasn't overall, so about 3.5 or 4. Fan service.
0.
Yeah, 0. Unless you fanboy or fangirl over some of them, but still. Animation, how well drawn was it?
It could have been drawn a lot better. About a 3. The dog was fairly well drawn.
Yeah. I thought it had some good drawings, but I mean, he is kind of avoiding some of it a little bit, so 5.5. Predictability, how predictable is it?
Well, our prediction video, we did say they either go back to more Shinigamis and then go back to Ichigo.
Yeah.
So it was pretty predictable.
Yeah.
So just give it a really good predictable score.
Yeah, I'd have to say about 8.5 or 9 for predictability. And overall chapter rating out of 5 stars.
I'm gonna give it 2.5.
Yeah, I would say 2.5 as well. Naruto chapter was much, much better this week. Alright, well, do you have anything else to add?
I do have something to say. It would be nice if Manga Panda looked through the chapters that they got of the big 3, decided which one was going to take longer to edit, and edit that one first. Or to translate that one first, just to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Because this week it seemed Naruto was the easiest one to translate. If they would have translated Bleach first and then Naruto, both of those chapters could have came out simultaneously. And maybe could have saved like 3-4 hours on work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Okay. I know it's probably not going to make much of a difference, and Manga Panda won't change what they do. But I was just hoping that maybe they take into consideration just giving some feedback to the people who view their Facebook page and stuff, just to say, we have the chapter scans right now, and we're going to be working on them. And sorry, everyone, but it's going to take us a long time to edit this. Because otherwise, people who are waiting for the chapter are forced to sit in front of their computer. And I know they're doing us a free service and everything, and I absolutely appreciate it, but that's just one thing I wanted to add. Also, just want to apologize for not having the One Piece episode review online. Some personal family matters arose, and I wasn't able to do that. So I'm back on the schedule now, though. So I will be doing everything that comes out from now on. So yeah, links in the description. Like, subscribe, add to favorites, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. Greatly appreciate all of it.
One more thing to add. It would also be nice if they would give us feedback on, like, how long it would take the chapters to be translated and released. That way, so people can set an alarm around that time and go back to waiting in front of the computer instead of just sitting there, not doing anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Still appreciate you, Manga Panda.
Yeah.
But if you were to give us more feedback, I would appreciate you more.
Yeah. It's greatly appreciated. All right.
Like you said,
Huh.
links down below. Fired.
I am the Shinigami,
I'm the Quincy,
and I'm signing off.
and I'm gonna go take a nap. Adios, otakus.
Jana.